Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, let's talk about a silent enemy lurking in our closets, the dreaded clothes monster. We all know it, a closet overflowing with unworn clothes, a graveyard of forgotten trends, and that one hopeful, maybe someday outfit that's been there since college. But here's the thing, clothes are supposed to empower us, not stress us out. The problem is, consumerism whispers sweet nothings in our ears, tricking us into buying more than we need. And before we know it, our closets are overflowing with clothes that don't fit, don't flatter, and honestly just don't spark joy. Today, let's talk about 10 types of clothes that are secretly holding you back. Let's ditch the clutter and rediscover the joy of dressing for the amazing person you are. 1. The "I'll fit into this again" garment. First up, the champion of guilt trips, the "I'll fit into this again" garment. Everyone has that pair of jeans from your college days, or the dress you bought for a specific event that promised a 10-pound slimmer you. Here's the thing. Holding on to clothes that don't fit you comfortably right now can be a major source of discouragement. Every time you open your closet, it's a reminder of a goal you might not be meeting. Instead, let these clothes go and free yourself from that emotional burden. Donate them to someone who will love them and focus on finding clothes that flatter your current figure and make you feel amazing. 2. Special occasion outfits. All right, everyone, let's move on to another common culprit in the closet clutter crisis, the special occasion outfit. You know the ones, that stunning dress you snagged for your friend's fancy gala, or the impeccably tailored suit you donned for a job interview. Hopefully you got the job. These clothes served a purpose, but let's be real. How often do those occasions come around? Holding on to these special occasion outfits can be like clinging to a past version of yourself. Maybe your style has evolved, or perhaps those formal events just aren't a regular occurrence in your life anymore. Here's the key. If a special occasion outfit isn't versatile enough to be worn for multiple occasions, it might be time to consider letting it go. Wouldn't you rather have that closet space filled with clothes you can actually wear and feel confident in on a daily basis? Plus, by donating your special occasion outfit, you're giving it a chance to shine at another event, making someone else feel amazing. It's a win-win. Now, there are exceptions, of course. Maybe you have a signature cocktail dress that you love wearing to weddings and galas, or a timeless suit that you pull out for important presentations. But for those one-time wonders that are collecting dust, consider letting them go. It'll free up space in your closet and maybe even spark some joy for someone else. 3. Memory-laden clothes. All right, everyone, let's get real for a moment. We all have those clothes, the ones that hold special memories close to our hearts. Maybe it's the sweater you wore on your first date, the t-shirt from your favorite concert, or the dress you wore on your graduation day. These clothes are infused with nostalgia, and letting them go can feel like letting go of the memories themselves. But here's the thing, memories don't live in fabric, they live in our hearts and minds. So, instead of clinging to clothes that are taking up precious closet space, and let's be honest, might not be the most stylish anymore, consider a creative solution. Wouldn't it be better to have a readily accessible memory bank of those special moments, rather than a pile of clothes that you rarely wear? Plus, by donating those sentimental items, you're giving them a chance to create new memories for someone else. It's a way to keep the spirit of those moments alive, while also making space for new experiences and maybe even some new clothes in your own life. 4. Non-fitting clothes. Let's talk about the elephant in the closet. Literally, it could be those ill-fitting jeans you haven't worn since college. Holding on to clothes that are either a size too big or a size too small, clinging to the hope of that magical day they'll fit perfectly again. But here's the thing. Holding on to non-fitting clothes can be a major blow to your confidence. Every time you open your closet and see those clothes hanging there, it's a constant reminder of a goal you might not be meeting, or a version of yourself you might not be right now. And let's be honest, most of us don't have the time or energy for drastic body transformations. Instead, let's focus on building a wardrobe that celebrates the amazing body you have right now. Clothes that fit well and flatter your figure have the power to completely transform how you feel. Imagine opening your closet and seeing a sea of options that make you feel confident, put together, and ready to take on the day. 5. Clothes untouched for a year. We've all got those clothes lurking in the back of the closet, the ones you swear you'll wear someday, but haven't seen the light of day in, well, a year, or maybe even longer. Here's the thing. Holding on to unworn clothes is like clinging to unrealized possibilities. They take up valuable space, and honestly, they're probably not serving you anymore. Think about this. If you haven't reached for a piece of clothing in a whole year, chances are you won't miss it once it's gone. This is where the one-year rule comes in. It's a simple but powerful decluttering strategy. Here's how it works. Go through your closet and ask yourself, have I worn this in the past year? If the answer is a resounding no, it's time to let it go. Donating these unworn clothes is a great way to free up space in your closet and give those pieces a second life. Someone else might be looking for exactly that item to complete their outfit, and you get the satisfaction of knowing your clothes are being loved and used. 6. Clothes damaged beyond repair. Most of us have a designated sewing project pile in our closets. It's that collection of clothes with a missing button, a ripped seam, or a stain that just needs a little TLC. But holding on to damaged clothes is like holding on to a promise you might never keep. We all have good intentions when it comes to mending clothes. We envision ourselves wielding a needle and thread, breathing new life into a beloved garment. But let's face it, life gets busy, and those sewing projects often end up gathering dust for months or even years. The truth is, damaged clothes are not only taking up valuable closet space, but they're also contributing to that nagging feeling of guilt every time you see them. Here's the challenge. Be honest with yourself. If that ripped shirt has been languishing in the fix-it pile for more than a season, chances are you're never going to get around to mending it. Letting go of damaged clothes can be tough, especially if they have sentimental value. But as I said before, the memories you cherish don't live in the fabric, they live in your heart. Consider taking a photograph of the item before saying goodbye. This way, you can preserve the memory without holding on to the physical burden. 7. Unwanted gifts. Let's talk about a situation we've all faced: the unwanted clothing gift. We love our friends and family, but sometimes their gift-giving ideas don't quite align with our personal style. Maybe it's a blouse in a color that clashes with your complexion, or a pair of jeans that just don't flatter your figure. Feeling obligated to keep these unworn clothes is a recipe for closet clutter and a touch of guilt. The good news is, there are ways to navigate this situation without hurting anyone's feelings. First and foremost, remember that receiving a gift is a thoughtful gesture, and expressing gratitude is always important. Thank the gift giver sincerely, letting them know you appreciate their thoughtfulness. Now, when it comes to the unwanted clothes themselves, you have a few options. Regifting can be a great solution, especially if you know someone whose style aligns more with the piece. Just be sure to choose someone who would genuinely appreciate the gift and avoid creating a regifting circle of unwanted clothes. Donation is another fantastic option. Many charities accept clothing donations, giving these unworn items a chance to find a new home and bring joy to someone else. Plus, you get the satisfaction of knowing your clothes are going to a good cause. 8. Uncomfortable shoes. Sometimes fashion comes at a painful cost to our poor body. We've all been there, lured by the siren song of a gorgeous pair of shoes, only to discover they feel like walking on hot coals after 5 minutes. But holding on to uncomfortable shoes is like clinging to a stylish, self-inflicted torture. Your closet should be a haven of confidence and comfort, not a battleground between fashion and functionality. Think about it. How often do you reach for those sky-high stilettos that leave your toes screaming, or those trendy sandals that dig into your ankles? Probably not very often, right? If a pair of shoes spends more time gathering dust than gracing your feet, it's time to say goodbye. Your feet will thank you. Plus, by donating them to a good cause or selling them online, you're giving them a chance to find a new home where they'll be loved and worn, comfortably. Remember, comfort doesn't have to mean sacrificing style. There are plenty of trendy shoes out there that offer both support and chicness. So, ditch the pain and embrace shoes that make you feel confident and comfortable, ready to take on the world one stylish step at a time. 9. Emotionally charged clothing. All right, everyone, we're nearing the home stretch of our closet conquest. So far, we've tackled unwanted gifts, unworn clothes, and the dreaded sewing project pile. But there are two more types of garments that can be particularly tricky to declutter: the emotionally charged and the outdated. Let's talk about clothes that hold emotional weight. Maybe it's a dress you wore on a bad date, a suit you donned for a job interview you didn't get, or a shirt that reminds you of a difficult time in your life. Holding on to these clothes can be like clinging to those negative experiences. Instead, consider this. Wouldn't it be more empowering to surround yourself with clothes that make you feel confident, happy, and ready to tackle the world? If a piece of clothing evokes a negative memory, it might be time to let it go. Now, letting go doesn't have to mean forgetting. Take a moment to acknowledge the memory associated with the garment. Thank it for serving its purpose, and then give yourself permission to move on. Consider donating the item or selling it online, giving it a chance to bring joy to someone else. 10. Clothes with outdated trends. Finally, let's address the ever-changing tide of fashion trends. We've all been there, swept up in the excitement of a new style, only to find those clothes collecting dust a few seasons later. Here's the key. Extreme trends tend to have a short shelf life. Clothes with excessive embellishments, unusual cuts, or colors that are no longer in style might be better off finding a new home. Of course, there are exceptions. If a trendy piece still makes you feel fabulous and reflects your personal style, then by all means, hold on to it. But for those items that scream, "What was I thinking?" consider letting them go. Remember, a curated wardrobe should be a reflection of your current style and confidence. So, embrace the opportunity to declutter the outdated and make space for clothes that make you feel amazing, both emotionally and aesthetically. With a closet free of clutter and negativity, you're ready to step out and rock your own unique style. By decluttering your closet, you're making space for a more intentional and fulfilling life. You'll free up time and mental energy for the things that truly matter. We tackled 10 things you need to declutter in your closet. But remember, decluttering is a journey, not a destination. If clutter starts to creep back in, don't be discouraged. For even more epic organization hacks, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're still battling a particularly stubborn clutter monster, leave a comment below. Together, we can conquer anything. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and until next time, happy organizing.